Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. As I relocate Bambi. Say hi to Bambi. Say goodbye to Bambi. This is going to be, I'm just going to start introducing things as I wait for people to confirm that they can hear me. This is going to be a group energy healing where I'm healing 112 people. It's an inner peace healing, so it would help with inner peace as well as a lot of other things because we're doing a lot of fundamentals as well. And you can listen and follow along as I work because I'll be talking out loud as I heal. And so you could heal yourself as you listen, whether or not you are one of the people I'm healing. Hey, I got one hello. So it says we can see and hear you. Yay, that's good. Thank you so much. So if I could have more confirmations, that would be nice, just because sometimes I do have technical issues. I got another good morning, can see and hear you, and hi to my cat Bambi. From Evergreen, Colorado, we got a hello, hello, hello. Always interesting to know where people are viewing from. And so getting more hellos and emojis, thank you so much. So this is healing 2 of 3 in this triplet energy healing set of 3 healings, all on inner peace. And thank you to those of you who filled in your surveys, your post-healing surveys. That was very helpful. I read them, probably read them all, unless you wrote one in like the last 3 hours. And it was a lot of good food for thought. And I usually say this, but I just want to remind you, since I think people get confused. They think the post-healing survey is some kind of an essay exam or something, that you have to have perfect clarity about your life and how the healing is affecting you. That's not true at all. I'm a psychic reader, so all you have to do is put your name on the survey and say a couple things about how you feel right now, or what's going on in your day, and I'll read the rest. I mean, if you have other comments, that's great, but you don't really have to say too much in the survey for me to start reading your energy and notice stuff. So that's that. I tend to focus in between healings. I tend to focus on reading and learning from the people that fill out the surveys, because I have that extra feedback, the conscious level information. So then I look at the extra stuff versus reading each and every 112 people in between each healing. I don't do that. Unless someone's got some kind of acute issue I'm aware of. Then of course I'll check it out. So thanks for the surveys. So 2 days ago, we did foundational work, including chakra repair. So we won't do chakra repair this time. But if you personally have missed chakra repair or need chakra repair, you're probably not one of the people I'm healing, and that's okay. Or you're watching later and you need chakra healing. I do have, just search Janet Wright chakra repair, and you'll get a nice 11-minute video that'll walk you through exactly how I did it. We also did GBCV meridian work. We may do that today again as it relates to part of the theme. We'll see. But we did do it on Friday. The GB meridian goes up the back, hooks around to the roof of the mouth, and the CV meridian goes up the front, ends in the tip of the tongue. Those are key physical body meridians that even impact you psychologically, and how you feel, how you perceive things, how you perceive yourself in the world. So big deal energy pathways of your physical body. So we'll see how it fits in today. It may, but it was a part of Friday's healing already. We did chakra filaments work. Filaments is another word for energy cord. but I only use filament to mean the energy cords that are yours in between, generally in between chakras. When we did it on Friday, it was in between the filaments, in between all your 7 physical chakras and your 7 astral chakras. There are filaments helping the energy flow back and forth between your physical chakra and your astral chakra. So I noticed that helped a lot of people. More than I thought it would. I mean, obviously I thought it would help because that's why I put it in the healing. But it had a bigger impact than I anticipated, which I realized because of surveys. Now, did anyone say, oh, the filament work really helped? Probably not. But like I said, I read people that fill out the surveys. So thank you guys. But anyway, so we're definitely going to do filament work again today. The same kind we did on Friday, the filaments between physical 7 chakras and astral 7 chakras, but also we're going to do a bit of we're going to do again a little bit of what we did a month ago in the 3rd triple healing of April on creativity. We did a bunch of work on the manifestation wings, which are these which is a part of your astral body. And if you clear them out and open them up and, you know, get them all working and awesome, they look like big gold angel wings, but you're not an angel. But that's what they look like. They're super useful. And the filaments of the manifestation wings, they're at each chakra level and they connect the wings to your astral chakras in the back. And the wings generate so much gold light. So then those filaments, if they're unblocked and working properly, they transport a lot of that gold light to the back of all your astral chakras, your 7 astral chakras. So then it's like this really great cleansing force, you know, going right into the back of your astral chakras. So then if you're present, it's helping your physical chakras too. So we're going to do that. We're going to fit that in today. So that's not, you would think like, well, okay, but this is supposed to be healing on inner peace. What are you doing with all this filament stuff? But I don't know. I just saw that it really helped people in combination with the explicitly inner peace stuff. Because how peaceful can you be when you're all blocked up and cranky and stuck, you know? So we got to get rid of all that part. So I think more of the filament stuff will help. So that's why it's definitely going to be a part of the sort of fundamental stuff we do in the first half. Also, just unblocking above the head in the aura, and then above the aura. We'll just do that's super quick, but we'll do it because, and probably unblocking the creative rings even above the head, 3 gold creative rings. Because when you have these healings, the group healings that I do, if you're one of the people receiving them, or if you do, you know, it yourself, you follow along, you're probably going to shift into a much greater rate of change, positive change, but, you know, more bringing in of new energy, more releasing, you know, more moving forward, that kind of thing. So if you don't block up here, then you start to feel kind of like tired or top heavy, or how do people, foggy. That's a lot of that's just up here. It's just energy blocks up here. So I'm going to make sure to be very explicit about that today. Because I had a couple of groggy people that didn't realize that's all it was. And so, but yeah, for future reference, if you're feeling groggy, it could be you're just blocked up here. So you just imagine a copy and unblock up there. We'll do it. So, but that's all what I would say is fundamental stuff, but people need it, so we'll do it. For the inner peace stuff, very interesting ideas I got from the surveys. And again, nobody said these things explicitly, so you don't have to be super profound when you write your survey. But So the ideas that I'm about to list, there are a lot of them. And so they may mostly or all be in today's healing, or maybe half will be in today and half will be in the Tuesday healing. We'll see. But I'm going to list them all as briefly as I can right now. One of them is, how does productivity versus procrastination affect your inner peace? One is, how does finances and financial debt affect your inner peace? We could work that. One is really interesting. Mind owning agreements. I noticed that some people had agreements with, say, a parent or a spouse or a partner or an ex, or even kids of theirs, that the kid or that other person would kind of own a part of your mind, and it was really affecting the inner peace waters. On Friday we used this metaphor where, well, it's not really a metaphor even. I mean, we just use this visual technique where you imagine your inner peace energy as a body of water that's just for you. And then each technique we checked back on your inner peace waters to see how it improved your inner peace waters. And so I noticed that could really help the inner peace waters, clearing these agreements. One participant had a mind-owning agreement subconsciously, both with his mother and with his ex-wife. So, and I can, there's at least one person that comes to mind that, has a mind-owning agreement still with her ex-husband. So I guess it's pretty common. So anyway, that'll be nice to clear those. I think that'll really positively impact people's peace of mind. Mind-owning agreements, it's not something that people would probably make consciously with somebody, but it's a subconscious thing due to some kind of imbalance you have, maybe how you were raised in this life or how you were raised in a past life. You just have this sense of like, well, I'm going to let other people set my state of mind and dictate how I think and how I communicate and whatever. So that should be huge and good. Then I noticed the physical body chakras 3, 2, and 1. A bunch of people match those to their partner or their kids or to their spouse, or to an ex. And those people, maybe some of them use that excuse of like, well, I'm an empath, which is, I always don't like that, because it's unfortunate, because those people then have like zero creativity about what's actually going on. They just are like, well, I'm an empath, like, oh, I'm just screwed for life. That's okay. It's because I'm special, but, people that say that, possibly at least one of the issues going on is you're matching your physical chakras 3, 2, and 1, your physical body chakras 3, 2, 1 to somebody else. In other words, you're letting so there may or may not be cords, but you could just be like, you took on copies of their pain, and your 3, 2, 1 are just as stuck as your partner's 3, 2, 1, or your best friend's 3, 2, 1, or your kids 3, 2, 1. So that's cool. We're going to be helping you to unmatch that. I think we actually did part of that on Friday without like explicitly talking about this thing where you could be matching somebody else's body settings for 3, 2, 1. Because at the end of Friday, we had the inner peace waters, and they were so much nicer than they had been. And I had you take a handful of that inner peace water and explicitly, let your physical body be positively affected by those inner peace waters. Let your physical body match the vibration of your inner peace water. So you don't have to float out and detach to feel peaceful. Your body becomes a peaceful vibration, so you can get more present and still feel very peaceful. So anyway, either today or Tuesday, we'll be definitely making sure that you unmatch your 3, 2, 1. Possibly both today and Friday and Tuesday, 2 days from now. So you're not, so your 3, 2, 1 are just where you need them, um, to help you be more and more present and feel more at ease, feel more just, somebody in their survey, they mentioned it's like they had this inner calm even if they were around people that were chaotic or the world's chaotic. And that's basically, yeah, what the more present you are, the more you have your boundaries, the more you work your inner peace, you just feel good and calm and peaceful, even if the world is, on fire. Which, I'm not saying it's great that the world's on fire or, whatever, in chaos, but to some extent, it's not like you could fix that by freaking out, so, if you're calm and at ease and at peace, it helps you to be more mindful about how you want to contribute to the world without matching that chaos within you. So anyway, that's about the unmatching the lower chakras. Oh, and I noticed, I don't know where this one will go today or Tuesday, but one person in particular that filled out their survey, they talked about a conflict that they had, that had been ongoing. And so they gave me context, which is good. And, but I noticed that person was stuck in some past life battles, that the person that they were battling with for, who knows, the last couple months and still now, that's not the person that they were fighting with in 4 different past lives, but they were stuck sort of flashing back to those past lives. Like they were stuck in that state of conflict, that state of fighting and being defensive and, feeling like you need to just push back and rah, and so that they were stuck in those conflicts. And so it was causing them to project that energy and act out that conflict in their current relationships. So obviously that gets in the way of inner peace in a pretty massive way. And I think that affects a lot of people, even though with that one person, it affects her quite a bit in her daily life, whereas with other people, it's just occasional. Like, personal example, I get very touchy when my husband, who's wonderful, talks about my car. I get very defensive about my car. I get like all triggered. So most likely, I have some past lives where someone was messing with my horse or something, and so it's like I get all, all the past life conflicts get triggered. So that'll be good to do either today or on Tuesday. So lots of cool things that will further help you to experience inner peace, not just, once in a blue moon, but, on a daily level. I talked about in Friday's intro about how inner peace, the way I think of inner peace and true inner peace, it's stress management energy, really. So it helps you, even on days when you have a very tight schedule and you got to do a bunch of things or you're interacting with a bunch of people. Whereas most people think of inner peace as like, that magical day when you have no responsibilities and you can, frolic in the trees and, eat special food on, with special clothing and, So this is daily life inner peace, in-body inner peace. Okay, good. So hope that makes sense. And the inner water, the peace water stuff, that was really cool. I wouldn't be surprised if if that imagery of inner peace waters and inner wisdom waters, towards the end of Friday, that I liked a lot. That you can use your inner peace waters once you make them better, and heal them a little bit. You can use them as inner knowledge, inner wisdom waters, and kind of ask questions. And while you're like around the water, you just imagine that you're by your water and just think of a question that you have, about your life or something, and it helps you have nice realizations. Because inner peace has to do with inner communications and inner wisdom, and so it's Very nice. But anyway, so I don't know where Inner Peace Waters fits in today, but we'll discover it together. All right, cool. So, got more hellos. Chicago, hello everyone. Can see and hear me, thank you. Ottawa, Canada, hello, hi. Thank you for today, you're welcome. Hello from Toronto. So we got a lot of US. We got Canada in the house. We got, so far, it's US and Canada that are saying hi, that are explicitly saying where they are. So hello to everybody. And I will be healing people from 11 different countries. So hello to everyone that I will be healing. And for those of you who don't know, you prepay on my website before it sells out. And that's how you are one of these people. You don't have to have known me for a million years to be one of the people I'm healing. And on the 15th, which is in 6 days, that's when the July healings go up on my website at a set time. Noon Pacific, Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. But you can email me for more information if you want on that. Okay. And my sessions sell out. These sell out in an hour or two, so you gotta set aside time to buy it before it sells out. All right, good. Thank you for your patience in listening to my intro. I hope it was okay. And let's do this. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute or two as I finish a little bit of prep and say hello again telepathically to the people that I'm about to be healing, the 112 people, just to make sure that everybody is paying attention on a spirit level enough to make the most of the healing. And then when I start the healing, I'll move my hands like this until you'll know I started healing. And then about less than a minute after that, I'll start talking out loud, and that's when the walkthrough starts. So you can just chill out with a beverage, or breathe or stretch or something while I'm quiet. And thank you for your patience. Okay, thank you so much for waiting. So when you heal yourself, I would suggest you use your hands, and you do have energy centers, big ones, in the palm of each hand, your hand chakras, and you have fingertip chakras in the front part of each fingertip. And you can set them with your intention to a metallic gold color. Even if you can't see energy, just think it. And that sets the chakra so that the energy it generates is that color or that vibration. And that's a nice vibration to help you let go and relax and repair and heal. So you just imagine the round openings of these energy centers and just open up those round openings even more. And then go ahead and comb through your aura. Your aura, you have two what I would call regular auras. Your astral body, which is you as a spirit, has its own aura, and also your physical body has its own chakras as well, which generate energy, which is your physical body aura. So you can comb through them both. If you're pretty present, they're in the same place, so you just imagine both in the same place. And just comb through those regular auras. And just see, you know, how flowing are they. And just send gold light there to, you want the gold light to melt any hardness in these, in your aura. And your grounding, let's focus on that for a little bit since it's so important. So your grounding is your connection to the core of the earth, and it's very important, and it works way, way better if it's as wide as your whole aura and goes all the way down to the core of the earth, and it stays very flowing and wide all the way down to the core of the earth. So you just imagine, create a brand new grounding for yourself. It could look like a waterfall, a big tree trunk that flows downward, beam of light, as long as it's red or orange or yellow. So you can test out real quickly a red grounding, test out an orange grounding, test out a yellow grounding, just to see which flows faster downward for you. And go with the one that flows faster downward, flows fastest downward. And you can imagine a copy out in front of you of the grounding that you just made. And your grounding should come up high as your third chakra. So if you imagine your sternum bone, when your sternum bone ends, that's where your third chakra is. So your grounding would come up that high and be wide all the way around you and stay wide all the way down to the core of the earth. So make a mini copy out in front of you so you can comb through the whole length of your grounding. And that way you check for any clogs and melt them away. Also, you can have hard objects stuck in your grounding. One of the people that filled out their survey, they said they have been having trouble with their grounding. Well, a couple of people mentioned that, but one person, the problem was she had these really big hard objects stuck in the back of her grounding. They were actually hanging out the back of her grounding too, so it was probably something thrown there. But anyways, so you can just imagine your grounding, and then if you have any weird hard objects just sticking in there, like someone threw a surfboard at you grounding, just imagine any hard objects and just sort of hand them to your angels. So check for any hard objects and give them to your angels. Just say, angels, here you go. Angels, here you go. And definitely say angels, because it is possible to have spirits that you feel are helping you, but they're not altruistic and respectful like angels are. So that's why I always, suggest that people work with angels, and that's it, because then you're safe. So anyway, again, check your grounding using this copy out in front of you, and check it for hard objects, and just gather those up with your hand. Go, angels, here you go. And while we're at it, indie grounding is where you make sure your grounding doesn't branch off to anyone else. So you just look at the perimeter of it, the outer surface of your grounding as it goes all the way down, and use gold light and melt away any parts where it branches off to somebody else. Because that doesn't help them, it doesn't help you, it makes it worse for everybody. So just melt away any little branch off parts. So then your grounding is independent, or indie grounding. And you can get also beings in the way in your grounding. Now you are a giant, massive, powerful, eternal being. So there's really no need to be afraid of, these beings that might be hanging out in your grounding. Like, you're way too strong and powerful to be, your whole existence is just hanging out in someone's grounding, right? You have a life, you have your body and everything. But so these beings are like, like a grain of sand and you're the elephant, so it's something you need to clear out, but it's not something that is, is something to fear. So anyway, how would we get beings out of your grounding? We could try, we haven't done this in a while, it's kind of fun. Gold, what did I call it? Gold net. I forget what I called it, but you make this box of gold netting all around your grounding, under it, above it, all around, and then you have the net just draw itself in, like the box gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, smaller, so it catches whatever was in your grounding. If it's people, objects, beings, whatever. Collapsing gold nets. My spirit guide's like screaming it at me. And and so have the net collapse, and then give the netting plus whatever junk was there, the beings and whatever, to your angels. Angels, here you go. So one more time, just imagine you're grounding and do your giant big gold netting all around, that goes, it's actually bigger than your grounding, and then just collapse the net in, and the net still catches everything that you need to release, like hard objects, invasive people, and invasive beings, and then just give all that to your angels. Angels, here you go. So yeah, collapsing gold nets. We used to use that all the time, maybe about 2 years ago. It's a fun technique. Okay, so now you see, that's nicer. So now comb through your grounding, see if you notice a before and after. Now, sometimes when people think they have a problem with grounding, I mean, they may, but they may also just have a problem with the bottom layers of their aura. They could have too much compression down here, and so it's like you're standing on this surface that won't allow you to release. And so you think it's a grounding problem, but it's really a problem with, like, say, the bottom of your second layer and the bottom of your first layer of your aura. So let's just check the whole bottom of all the aura layers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just comb through them, comb through your aura beneath your feet, and we're going to be melting away any hard stuck energy there. And you can use gold light from your hands. You can also use like gold sandstorm, which is, still gold light from your hands, but you turn it into like little tiny flecks of gold light that spins around like a sandstorm, which can be more sort of assertive and get more out. Generally, the innermost layers are going to be the most stubborn. So I'm just focusing extra. I've done all 7 layers beneath the feet, unblocking them, but now I'm going to do extra in layers 2 and 1. right beneath the feet. And then let's do above the head. Just to see how we were doing grounding, and then we were doing the bottom of the aura, and now we're doing the top of the aura, so we just moved on into aura work. We're going to do aura repair as well, but the people that I'm healing, their aura is pretty repaired from 2 days ago, so that's why I'm doing a little bit of this first. So unblock above the top of your head. Your aura above your head. Layers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You just imagine them and imagine any hard energy and just melt the hard stuff away with the gold light. Especially the innermost layers, like layer 1, 2, 3. Although, you know, you can have blockages in any of these layers and it can cause an issue. It's just that once you comb through all of them for a while, probably the only ones that might still be blocked would be the inner ones. And so then you do a little extra with the inner ones. And so say if you notice layers 2 and 1 are both blocked, which one would you unblock first? I mean, you could unblock both at once, but if you want to focus on one at a time, I would do the outermost one first, because you get more present from the outside in. So like say if you have all these chakras blocked, don't waste time on your first chakra, just get these flowing nicely, because then you'll get more present and you'll be able to do better work on the first chakra. So everything's, you know, step by step. But whatever, if that confuses you, don't worry about it. Okay, so that was, it was grounding work, and we did collapsing gold nets and unblocking grounding. But then we did the bottom of the aura, unblocking the bottom of the aura, and unblocking the top of the aura. But now I want to do aura repair. And really, if you think you have aura damage, you should do aura repair first. It's just that most of the people I'm healing right now don't have aura damage, so I cheated. But now we will do aura repair. All right, bye. No cheating. So the angels want me to do it in appropriate order. So there are 2 steps that you could do to prepare yourself to have very successful aura repair. And those would be crowd exercise and then vacuum boxes. So we'll do crowd exercise, vacuum boxes, and then aura repair, which is good. And we didn't do that on Friday, so it's nice to do. Gets rid of a lot of invasive people and beings out of the way, which then makes the rest of the healing work you do just easier and more effective. So it's nice. All right, so crowd exercise. It's easy. It's to get people and beings out of your way, out of your space. So first, for invasive beings, and again, you're giant and mighty, so don't be afraid, but you know, it's just a little house cleaning. So you can have invasive beings that are messing with you from afar or from up close, within your aura or your grounding or somewhere. So first, from afar, you just imagine represented visually for you like a crowd. That's why it's called crowd exercise. A crowd of beings, invasive beings, to represent any invasive beings that are messing with you from afar. You know, so maybe they're way above your aura or just outside your aura somewhere, or, you know, whatever, far away, but they're throwing energy at you or they're courting you. So just imagine that crowd of beings, however few or many there are, and just say, angels, can you recycle all these beings? And then imagine the crowd, a visual crowd to represent, and at a comfortable distance for you. So if it freaks you out, make them far away. But you're imagining a crowd to represent the beings that are messing with you from up close. You know, maybe somehow they wound their way into your aura or somewhere. So any invasive beings that are messing with you from up close, just imagine, you know, however many few or many there are, imagine that as a crowd, and just say, angels, can you please recycle all these beings? And then we'll do 2 more reps of that exact thing, just to be thorough. And because the angels, sometimes they'll do this process very gradually, so you got to ask a couple times to get rid of more and more and more. So, okay, imagine the crowd of beings that, if there are any still messing with you from afar, and the crowd of beings, if there are any still messing with you from up close. Angels, can you please recycle these beings? Just relax. Give your angels a couple seconds to do that. And one more time. Crowd of beings, if there are any still messing with you from afar. And crowd of beings, if there are any still messing with you from up close. And say, angels, can you please recycle these beings? Okay, so that was crowd exercise for invasive beings. So now we'll do it for invasive people. And I always say try to be a non-judgment view from your 6th, not your 4th, because that way you'll be more matter of fact about things and just efficient with your energy work, and you won't get into a big pity party or woe is me or oh they're such bad people kind of games with your head, which are not good for boundaries, not good for your own safety, waste of your time and energy. So just imagine the crowd of invasive people that are messing with you from afar. And if there are any, a crowd of invasive people that are messing with you from up close. And these can be people that you care about a lot, but they're just triggered about something, you know, so it doesn't have to be just your enemies list or something. Just imagine the crowd of invasive people messing with you from afar and messing with you from up close. And with these guys, you're gonna just talk. So you're gonna say things that hopefully inspire them to chill out and center and leave you alone. So you don't say, hey, leave me alone, because that's just going to trigger them and they're already triggered. So you're just adding to the problem, right? So you just say, hi, everybody, good morning. Go talk to your angels. Your angels can help and guide you. Your angels can help you have a really good day. Just explain, hey, I need some breathing room. And you can go check your grounding if you want, and that's going to help you have a better day. If you go take a deep breath, it's going to help you have a better day. And some people need you to validate their pain and frustration. So you can say, well, I know you're very frustrated and very stressed. I know you have hardship in your life, but your angels can help you with that right away. If you just say, angels, help me with all my pain. All right, so that should have cleared out both of your crowds of invasive people as they go to check on their physical bodies and go talk to their angels. But if there are any stragglers left behind, just say, angels, can you help me with these people? And that's that. So that's crowd exercise for invasive people and invasive beings we did before that. Okay, good. So vacuum boxes are simple as well. So a vacuum box is just a temporary energy device that you make, and you can make a whole bunch at once with your mind once you understand what you're making. So and then at the end, when they are full, because they're like vacuums when you turn them on and they suck up invasive beings, nearby and invasive people's energy nearby. And then once they're full, your angels, you ask your angels to take them all away and deal with the energy inside them, and so you don't have to worry about it. So it's a nice way to get rid of even more beings, and so if you happen to have, you know, some people's energy too in there, the vacuum box will just suck it up. So it sucks up anything that's not you. So, okay, so go ahead, make a bunch of vacuum boxes, put them in both your groundings. You have a physical body grounding, you have an astral body grounding, they're both beneath you. So go ahead, just make a whole bunch of little 3D vacuum boxes. Well, they don't have to be little, but vacuum boxes in both of your groundings. And make a bunch of vacuum boxes around the outside of both of your groundings. And if this is too confusing for you, say, angels, help me do this. And that'll be fine. And they'll be helping you do it. Okay, and then now the most important place to put them, really, to prepare for aura repair, put them on the outside, around the outside of your aura, your physical body aura and your astral body aura. So go ahead, make vacuum boxes, put them all around the outside of your physical body aura, and put them all around the outside of your astral body aura. And then let's put them around the inside, around your physical body, all around your physical body, front, back, and sides. So make a bunch of vacuum boxes around the front, back, and sides of your physical body. And especially around any problem areas, if you have extra tension in your neck and shoulders, around your head, in your tummy, wherever, just make a bunch of extra vacuum boxes around any sort of troublesome areas for you. And same thing around your astral body. Go ahead, make a bunch of vacuum boxes around the front and back and sides of your astral body, especially any problem areas that you have. And then above your head, in the top of your aura, make a bunch of vacuum boxes in both auras. And then even above the top of your aura, both auras, just make a bunch of vacuum boxes up there too. And one more place. You imagine your spiritual path, which is looks like a road that's just for you, and it represents what you're meant to learn and experience in this life. Everyone has their own path, and it's best that they stay on their own path. So you imagine yourself on, see if you're on it, looking forward, moving forward, and go ahead and unblock it for yourself extra with a bunch of vacuum boxes behind you, above you, around you, in front of you, especially in front of you, because you want it to be easier to move forward on your path. Right? So you have a bunch of vacuum boxes all over everywhere now, and turn them all on with your handy dandy remote control, and then you can just relax as they work. And again, if you're sure you messed up, it's okay. Just say, angels, help me do this. And so you just gotta let them fill up the vacuum boxes. So maybe 20 seconds, just chill out while that happens. Okay, and then just say, angels, can you please recycle my vacuum boxes? And somebody, one of the people receiving the healing, he's a telepathic consent participant. He's somebody's boyfriend who doesn't actually consciously know that he's getting the healings, but he does very well with them, and his spirit says, yes, please include me. He asked if you can do vacuum boxes in your garage, because he doesn't like the energy in his garage. And the answer is yes, of course. You can do vacuum boxes all around your house, in your closets, in your garage, in your laundry room, in your your workspace, anywhere. And that could be really nice to help clean out the energy. You can also do like a tricolor soak for your house and just bring up red earth energy and then orange earth energy and yellow earth energy and just scrub it all out with gold light. But yeah, vacuum boxes in a physical space. If it's your physical space, then yes, absolutely. So for example, if you're an employee and there's this big office building you work in, it's not your place to do it in the whole office building. If you have a desk area, You can absolutely do it around your desk area. You can ask the angels to do a clean out of your whole office building and entryways and common areas and whatever, and parking lot and whatever. But clean out what is yours personally, like personally and energetically yours. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So now aura repair, at long last. Oh, let's comb through the aura, 'cause I always love the before and after the how it feels afterwards doing vacuum boxes. So why don't you enjoy that? Just comb through, feel how that feels after your comb through your aura and your grounding after you did vacuum boxes. You're so nice. All right, that's beautiful. Okay, so now let's do aura repair. And I say this very often, so I apologize to the veterans who hear me say it 100 times, but I'm always amazed that people do skip aura repair. They'll be like, oh yeah, I haven't done aura repair for like 2 months. And it's like, that's the entire reason they haven't felt good for the entire time. They do other videos, but they don't do aura repair. So don't skip it, basically. So you imagine your aura and just check if there are any rips in your aura. You could even have some extreme rips that look like giant valleys, or, you know, most of the back of your aura is missing. You know, that counts too, of course. So, so just, and even if you can't see energy, just imagine, use your intention, your thought, your imagination, and just send gold light into the ripped areas. You want to kind of scoop the gold light in as deep as you can into the rips, so that the gold light properly makes contact with the ripped surface of your aura, and it starts to heal back. So if you're having physical issues, check for aura damage. I mean, check for aura damage every day is what I would say. But, you know, if you just, I don't know, you forget that and you don't want to write it down and you just feel like, okay, I'm going to forget it. Definitely, if you're having a physical issue, definitely check for aura damage in that area. Because your aura is supposed to protect your body. It's supposed to protect you, your spirit, and your body. So if it's damaged, things can go wrong. And as we said on Friday too, now that you've got your aura repaired, go ahead and redo your gold buffer zones. If you don't understand those, just say, angels, help me to redo my gold buffers. But there is an 18-minute video, and I would suggest you watch that if you haven't. Gold buffer zones, they protect, it's called, if you search generate gold buffer zones, you'll find it. They slow the rate of aura damage because they're these big 6-foot gold force fields that you attach to the edge of your aura in both regular auras. So they buffer in a very useful way, and you keep redoing them so they're nice and full and protective. But they're very flowing, they're not hard. All right. So recheck your grounding, make sure it hasn't gotten clogged and narrow again. Just make sure it's wide and flowing. If you're getting groggy, sleepy, definitely recheck your grounding. Cranky, distracted, definitely recheck your grounding. But it's nice to proactively check it before you get weird symptoms, of course. Okay, so that was aura repair and redoing gold buffer zones, and then a quick regrounding. On Friday, we did do, we checked extra for aura bruising and scarring, and we cleared that up. We're not going to redo that today, but if you feel like your aura needs extra TLC, you could look that up in the Friday video. Go to the comment section, look at the healing summary with timestamp links, and look for after aura repair. We did, you know, aura bruising and scarring. We dealt with that. But right now, we're just going to move on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do a quick gold wax around the outside of the auras just to make sure that there's no hard objects messing with the energy seal of the edge of the aura, like the protective surface tension that strengthens the aura a little bit. So sticky gold wax all around the outside of your physical body aura to stick to any hard objects there. Again, this is sticky gold wax around the outside of your physical body aura. And then just use the wax to get the hard objects off, and just get the wax off with the hard objects. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. One more time, physical body aura, sticky gold wax around the outside. And you can just move it all to the side. Say, angels, here you go. And then just an extra little bit of repair, because if you did remove hard objects just now, then you have these puncture holes, so you want to heal that up. And some of the people I'm healing, even though I did this on Friday 2 days ago, they needed it today too. So just for context. All right, great. And then the same thing with your astral body aura. Same process. So sticky gold wax around the outside of your astral body aura to stick to any hard objects. And then move the wax off with the gold objects, with the hard objects stuck in it. Get angels, here you go. Do a little extra repair. One more time, sticky gold wax around the outside of your astral body aura to get rid of the hard objects, get rid of the wax and the hard objects together. Angels, here you go. And a little bit of extra repair now that the hard objects are gone. All right, good job. Let's unblock the creative rings above the head. As we already did, actually before aura repair, right after grounding, we unblocked the top of the aura. But you can have, you have 3 gold creative rings above the top of your astral body head. And they could be clogged up with energy blocks. They can have cords too. They can even be damaged. So we're going to do a little bit of quick repair and unblocking of your creative rings. And that helps, like I explained in the intro, if you're feeling groggy or you're having focus issues, feeling sleepy when you really doesn't make sense, it could be that you just have too much blocked up here. So the new energy you're trying to bring in is hitting that hard, unmoving energy, and it's creating this weird, like, you know, like top heavy kind of feeling, where you might want to feel like you want to go to sleep for a while. I mean, there's sometimes when you just need a nap, but sometimes it's just you're blocked, and if you clear it, then you don't feel like you need a nap anymore, which is good. So you imagine a copy of your 3 gold creative rings out in front of you, and let's use sticky gold wax. That's easy enough. So just surround all of the 3 gold creative rings with sticky gold wax, and you want that to stick to all the energy blocks and the hard objects. And just move that aside. Say, angels, here you go. Let's do that again. Sticky gold wax around the outside of your creative rings and the inside too, and in between them. And then the sticky old wax is going to stick to the hard objects, the beings, the energy blocks, the people's energy, the cords, and just move the wax with all that junk off all at the same time. Say, angels, here you go. And let's do a little extra repair if it's needed. Well, not extra repair, let's do some repair if needed to your creative rings. And if you don't know if you need it, it certainly won't hurt. So just gold light, imagine the rings and just run gold light through the rings and around the rings. Because they can have cracks in them or they can be sort of smashed up. So, so you want to make sure if you're thinking, oh, did I do it enough? You want to make sure that the energy that you need to bring up and down through the rings can flow properly, right? So do you have 100% flow through, basically, going up and down? Because your seventh chakra is right here, and the creative rings are right above it in the first and second aura layers. So your seventh chakra wants to shoot energy upward towards your seventh layer, which then washes down to the bottom of your seventh layer, and then is drawn all the way back up into your seventh chakra in there, and then same thing, up through the creative rings to the top of the seventh layer up here. So you need to be able to send energy up and down through the creative rings. And so you just want to check to see that you have totally unobstructed flow. So it's not just half the energy that can go through the rings, but all the energy you need to send through can pass through. Okay, cool. So that was creative ring repair and unblocking. And I wasn't super explicit about melting cords. I just said that the wax could get the cords. You can double check again, make sure there are no energy cords going into your creative rings. Just melt them away if you find any with gold light. Melt the cords away. Okay. Just check your grounding, double check your grounding, unblock it one more time, just really quickly. You can test grounding colors, see which works best for you right now, because at a given moment, a different color might release more for you. So just check with a red grounding, check with the see how the flow is downward with the red grounding, check with the orange grounding, see how that flow is, check with yellow grounding, see how that is for you. And then go back to whichever color helps you release the most right now. And just imagine a mini copy of your grounding so you can comb all the way through it. And sometimes you can get blocked right at the bottom. So you don't want that, that'll plug up the whole thing. So just imagine any energy blocks right near the bottom of your grounding and melt them. And sometimes you melt some and then you realize there are more and you just have to do batches of them for a while until you get rid of them all. Um, you may be storing other people's problems in your grounding, and so you can just check your grounding and imagine, do you have like your husband's pain and energy blocks in your grounding? Do you have your parents' pain, your kids' pain? And that's not going to help anybody. Generally, it'll make your relationship with them worse. So make it harder for you to have boundaries. So go ahead and just imagine whose problems are in your grounding. Imagine them like rocks or piles of clothing or something, and just melt them away, because it's just a copy of their stuff, so you can go ahead and melt it. So again, you're imagining if you have someone else's problems in your grounding, and the chances are fairly high that you might have some of that, so just go ahead and melt away other people's problems from your grounding. All right. So that was just a quick grounding on blocking, and then the testing of the 3 colors again, and then melting other people's problems out of your grounding. So it works better. All right, so exciting. So now we're gonna have a filament party. We're gonna do 2 different kinds of filament healing. First, the kind that we did on Friday again, which is chakra filaments between 7 major physical chakras and 7 major astral chakras. And then we'll do manifestation wing filament work, which is very cool too. Okay, and you don't have to be able to see energy to do any of it. You just imagine, think, use your intention, all that good stuff. Okay. All right. So again, we're going to do what we did on Friday, just because I saw that A, it really helped people, and B, they could use even more work on it. So you imagine copies of your 7 physical chakras and your 7 astral chakras out in front of you. And the general shape, you don't have to really see them. You just say, okay, the copies are right here, you know. But if you want to see them or imagine seeing them, they look like open cylinders, you know, without the white cap on there, you know. But so there's the cylinder part, and then there's the round opening and the round opening, right? So your 7th chakra is oriented this way, round opening at the top and the bottom, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are oriented this way with the round opening in the front and the round opening in the back. Right? So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? So, but you know, you don't really have to imagine all these cylinders all at the same time if that's like not working for your brain. But anyway, so there are chakra filaments, which are cords, but I like calling them filaments just to remind people, hey, they're your cords, they're good. You know, unblock them, keep them, repair them. So between 7 and 7, okay? And it doesn't matter if you put physical body on one side or on the other side, who cares? But just imagine that filament going in between 7 and 7 and just unblock it. Ideal color for your 7th chakra, I would say, is purple. So you can set them both to your favorite shade of purple, and therefore that filament would be that shade of purple as well. So just heal it enough so that, because you can get blockages inside the filament, so then the energy doesn't flow as nicely. And if you have a flow problem in the filament, then it makes your chakras work too hard. And then you don't really have access to as much of the ability that that chakra should be giving you. So that's a problem. So 7th chakra is for confidence, intuition, knowing things really fast, identity, empowerment. So it's really a good thing. So just unblock and heal that chakra just a little extra, and just imagine where are the blocks in the filament, and also heal the filament enough so that it relaxes and expands. So it's like a big river as opposed to a little tiny stuck river. And just keep breathing. Newbies might not feel physically the work, but people that are more and more present, you might actually feel the results immediately as you're doing it. But either way, it helps. Okay, so that's your 7th chakra filament. We'll do your 6th chakra one like that too, independently, but then we may just do them in bulk after that, which is still effective. All right, so 6th chakra is oriented this way, where energy flows in the front and out the back, just like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you imagine both of your 6 chakras, physical and astral. 6th chakra, a nice color for 6th chakra is a cobalt blue color, a deeper blue. And so you just imagine both of those chakras and unblock them, just surround them in lots of gold light inside them, around them. And you want to melt away any hard energy blocks around them, in front and back of them. And especially for you guys who don't see energy yet, or who maybe just assume, like, well, I'm a healer, Janet, I'm not a reader. Like, please, stop selling yourself short. You have a 6th chakra just like everybody else, just like the readers, So, and it's really useful. It can help you, to be able to see energy. So go ahead, just melt away the junk that is burdening your 6th chakra. Don't sell yourself short. Because even if you don't want to see energy, like, see your aura and all that and be able to repair yourself, it can help you see issues, quickly in your daily life, just like in a subconscious level. So it's really priceless. It also helps you with non-judgment, which helps you have strong boundaries. So it's a big deal. So 6th chakra, and then the filament that connects the two, check that out. Because you want that to be that same color of cobalt blue, because it's transporting the energy back and forth. But it might not be, because it might have just blockages wrapped around it that alter the color. So just use gold light and repair this filament, expand it, unblock it. And I've said this before, but my angels want me to expand upon it again. So yeah, I would never actually recommend that someone is just a healer and not a healer reader. I mean, regardless of what you put on your website or your business card or whatever, or you tell your friend, I think having both together makes you the best healer you can be, and makes you the safest and more flowing and healthier. Reading is a fantastic companion to healing. It's because you can see what you're doing. You can see what's necessary to be done. It's a lot better than just using your intuition as a healer. To have both is, intuition plus vision is really awesome, and there's no reason that you should sell yourself short. Just keep working on your 6th chakra, your 6th filament, both your 6 chakras, your 6th layer even, because there's no reason you can't see as well as do energy healing. Even just, if you're not considering being a pro, but you're just a regular person, why not be able to see your energy so that you can, learn stuff about yourself and heal yourself more accurately every day. So again, just check out that 6th chakra filament and just imagine the blockages inside the filament and melt them away with gold light. And expand the filament more and more so that you have enough energy going back and forth. Okay, now filaments for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can do them one at a time, but I'm not going to right now. I'm just going to do them all at once and kind of go back and forth with them. So you can heal and repair multiple filaments at once. Just, you know, have your copy so that you can work your hands around them. And just so we're repairing filaments 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repair them, expand them, unblock them. You can have energy wrapped around them that kind of suppresses them. Sometimes that's beings, sometimes it's just stuck, stagnant energy blocks that have been there for a long time. So if you feel like there are any beings in the way, you just say, angels, please recycle these beings. And then just chill out for a sec while your angels do that. And the chakras, unblock them, repair them. You know, somebody said in a survey, oh, you know, I think my first chakra, it's harmed because something happened to me in my childhood, and she explained briefly what it was. But yes and no. It's not exactly like psychology like that. Like, oh, you know, ever since this happened to me in my childhood, I've been this way or that way, right? With a chakra and an aura layer, you can think of it more in sort of a matter-of-fact way and just, you know, is the chakra structurally sound? You know, is it free of cracks and missing pieces? You know, is it unblocked enough? Is your aura layer unblocked enough? So even if you had something traumatic that happened to you when you were a teenager or whenever, you can still be like a mechanic about it. You don't have to go through 10 years of therapy about it. I mean, true that there are events in life that can be very triggering, and then you sort of like tune out more and get more stuck. And so looking back, it's like, wow, ever since then, da da da, you know, but try not to get caught up in the largeness of whatever happened to you, and just keep working on stuff, because really that person and everybody, you know, okay, sure, something scary happened to you at that time, but what's really holding you back is like all sorts of stuff from all sorts of past lives that's not resolved. You know, it's still there as old baggage. So just treat it like a mechanical thing, not like 20 years of therapy thing, and just keep unblocking the aura layer, keep unblocking the chakra. You know, just don't get too, you can get there. You can get to be as present as you want to be, and really in all your chakras all the time, if you don't overvalue the traumatic events in your life, if that makes sense. Like, you acknowledge them, but you know, you still got to unblock your chakras, even if you didn't have traumatic stuff in this life, because you had traumatic stuff in past lives. Yeah. Yeah. So it's the same process. So don't think it's like some really esoteric magical thing that you need because you had some awful trauma. It's the same type of work. You know, these chakras are engines. You're a car mechanic. You're a chakra mechanic. You just keep them functioning, keep them flowing, and long enough so that you can process and release all the baggage from all the past lives that is in your way. Okay, so that said, chakras 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just be a mechanic. View from your 6th. Imagine what you're doing. It's a bunch of open cylinders. You want to unclog the open cylinders, repair the open cylinders if needed. Although for the people I'm healing, everybody's repair is still good from 2 days ago. A little extra on the, oh yeah, that's right. A little extra on chakras 3, 2, and 1, because remember I talked about how in the intro I mentioned that you can be matching somebody else in your life, like a parent or a child or a partner or an ex. You can match, in particular, your physical 3, 2, 1 to them. Your body can match them, and that's not good. I mean, there is some level of matching which is healthy, like I think there is some kind of science behind it. You know, like if couples eat together at least once a day or something, or they, you know, they hang out together, their bodies kind of acclimate in some way. I don't know the science of it. But so there is something that's healthy that relates to your body being comfortable with somebody else's body in your life. But that's sort of the healthy version. But then there's so much that's unnecessary, doesn't make you or the other person feel better or more, you know, lovey-dovey. It just weighs you down and makes you overly sensitive to their stresses. So that's the part we're going to get rid of, not the nice, familiar, we're on the same team kind of vibe. Now we're not harming that. That's a good thing. So, although, you know, your body may be bonded to someone that you really don't want to be on their team anymore. So that we are going to get rid of. So anyway, we're doing chakras 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, physical and astral. And go ahead and, you know, I guess let's do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just unmatch your chakras from anybody else. So if your chakras are, you know, sort of harmonized with another person, you can go ahead and undo that and just harmonize your chakras with you, with your inner peace. Especially your physical chakras, harmonize it with your inner peace. Because the body, in a way, a physical body sometimes is kind of like a little child, you know, and you have to direct the little child and keep the little child safe. You know, see, with your physical body, if you're not fully present all the time, your body might just automatically match people around you or society at large. And so definitely unmatch your physical chakras, all 7 of your physical chakras, to anybody else, so that it's only matched, you know, you set it to like your inner peace. So your physical chakras and your astral chakras, especially the lower chakras, match it to your inner peace, which is just an intention. You run gold light through, think of your inner peace, and just reset it to your inner peace. And just let go of everybody else's stresses. Wash them out of your chakras. All right, and again, those filaments, especially 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sometimes they unblock extra where the filament gets close to the chakra. So just go light through any energy blocks in these filaments. And it could be that the lower chakras need a little extra unblocking in those filaments. So right now I'm doing extra in filaments 2 and 1. And it's up to you. I mean, you know, growth is incremental, so do something until you feel like, okay, I'm done for now. I've done enough for now. But ideally, when you're done is when the whole thing just glows with the color that you want it to have, you know, so all of a sudden, like, everything clears and the chakras, like for second chakra, all of a sudden, you know, at first it's like murky black plus orange, or just all black or all white, but then you clear off enough junk that you can see the orange flowing back and forth, or imagine it. And then you do the chakras and they seem kind of murky and have stuff around them, so you keep clearing them with gold light until they're like bright orange, and then the filament is bright orange too, so then like the whole thing, like second physical chakra, filament, astral second chakra, it's like all bright orange all at once. And so you just kind of enjoy that. And then same thing with the first chakra, just heal them enough so that, you know, red is an ideal color for your first chakra, and you just keep healing it and set it to your favorite shade of red. But then you just look and see, and ideally when you're done is when it's just sort of really bright red, even the filament. If chakra colors and each chakra, what it does, you're not fully clear on that, I do have a 2-page free chakra handout. You can email me, janet@janetwrightreadings.com, and just say, hey, can you please send me the free 2-page chakra handout? and it's an email attachment. I'll send it, no problem. Oh, right. And that does not mean you're on my news email list if you email me for something like that. I don't automatically add anybody to my email list. It's an opt-in thing. So if you want to get my news emails, you have to explicitly ask, please add me to your news email list, and I'll be happy to do that. All right, so what the heck are we doing? We were doing a filament party. Lots of filament work. And that was nice. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I'm gonna do the manifestation wing filaments, but I'm gonna do it pretty quickly. So if you don't understand it, I'm going too fast. I'm going to release a 50-minute video, which is just, it's like the cutout part of the manifestation wing work that we did last month on April 6th, the third triplet healing of April 2021. We did a bunch of fundamentals, and then we did a lot of manifestation wing work. So I felt like I might be more likely personally to use it if it was just the manifestation wing work, you know, in a shorter video. So it's 50 minutes. It's not really short, but that's just because there's so much we did. So anyway, I actually edited that, which I'm not going to hardly ever do because it takes so much time, but I'm going to release that today, later today. It's a 50-minute video of manifestation wing work, and there's some fun animal stuff if you watch to the end. All right, so we're gonna do quickly manifestation wing filaments work, which in that video, the 50-minute video that I'm gonna release later today, which is a clip of April 6th work, this was manifestation wings part 2B. But anyway, so you imagine, you know, behind you, behind your astral body, you have your manifestation wings. If you've worked on them before and opened them up, they're probably bigger and gold. They can be as big as head to toe. Gold, look like angel wings. They get starter energy, what I call it, that from your neck and shoulders, and that kind of starts them up. And then they generate lots of gold light. And you unblock them more, heal them more, repair them more, get stuff out of the way, heavy junk. And they work a lot better, and they're cool. But they have filaments that connect the left wing to the right wing, and then a filament that goes in sort of like a triangle shape. There's the line, one wing to the other, and then there's the inward part of the triangle. So it's like the point of the triangle pokes your back in a way, sort of, because those filaments go into each side of the back of each of your astral body chakras. So again, just to send extra gold light from the wings to unblock the back of all your astral body chakras, well, and the top of your 7th chakra. Yeah. So again, if this is the first time you're hearing it, it might be a little confusing. So just say, angels help me with this. But so you have one wing, the other wing. If you've never done it before, just say, angels, can you help me heal up my manifestation wings and open them up more? And because they might be pretty compressed and hard and black if you've never worked them before. So then you got your manifestation wings. Just have a little extra unblocking right here where the starter energy comes out into the wings from the neck and shoulder energy channels. So a little more starter energy going into the wings. And then the wings, you just sort of, lots of gold light, gold fire, unblock them. And then the filaments, the back filament, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, connecting one wing to the other. Just, they're flexible filaments that can expand so that you can stretch out your wings and you won't break the filaments. They're energy, so they don't break like that. So just that back line of each filament, the back part of the triangle. So there's one at 7 at the level of your 7th chakra, astral 7th chakra. There's a back filament right there. connecting one wing to the other. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So all these horizontal lines basically. So you just want these filaments to be unblocked so that they transfer as much energy back and forth from one wing to the other as you need. And then the pointy part of the triangle that points towards the back of your astral chakras on either side. Just heal those filaments. So there's like, this is your astral 7th chakra in the top of your head. Here are your big wings, and then there's the triangle part, the pointy part of the triangle that goes into this either side of the top of your astral 7th chakra. So just unblock that. Open it up more, let the flow be stronger. These filaments are all gold, just because your manifestation wings generate gold light, lots and lots of it, potentially. So I'm just going through all of them because we have to do it fast in order to have room for other playfulness in this healing. So right now I'm doing the first chakra filaments, the pointy ones that they go from the wings to the back of your astral first chakra. So there's the back triangle part, the back of the triangle. At the level of your astral first chakra, there's a back triangle one, and then there's the pointy ones, right? Which forms a triangle. And so just go up and down and use your intuition, find some that are extra blocked and unblock them. Again, these are your manifestation wing filaments. And, you know, if it's too much for you, just breathe and chill out, wiggle your toes, ground. Don't feel bad if you're not able to do this entire healing, because I'm doing this because it's going to help the people I'm healing, but it doesn't mean that you as a beginner or intermediate need to master all this necessarily, unless you want to, unless you're motivated to do that. And there'll be that 50-minute video that goes over it more slowly that I'm going to release today. That is basically just the clip of April 6th. All right, good. So that was a super quick version of manifestation wings, filaments, unblocking them, repairing them. And before that, we did the chakra filaments for 7 that go between 7 astral chakras and 7 physical body chakras. Both of that, there's just a lot of room for improvement. You could just improvise and have fun with it if you wanted to, but it's optional stuff, of course. All right. You see where people are at? Okay, so for the first thing that we're doing that is explicitly theme related, explicitly all about inner peace, I'm going to write what time it is when we're doing this. We're going to be helping you to get unstuck from past life conflicts. right? Because we want to help your inner peace now in this moment. But you can get stuck in past arguments, past conflicts from past lives or this life to the point where a part of you is back there still experiencing it. And that part of you kind of sends that energy up to you in the present, which affects how you perceive and act in the present moment. So we don't want you to have to do that. So you can just imagine, I guess let's ground real quickly. Just let's do a tricolor soap. Those are fun. I'm just taking notes because later there will be a summary in the comment section with timestamp links later within a day. Okay, so tricolor soap quickly so we can get super present and do good work, right? So big red grounding, and then use your grounding like a straw to bring up a lot of extra red earth energy and bring it up, and soak everything. All your auras, all your chakras, everything, all your body parts in the red earth energy. That's a red earth energy soak. Deep breath and bring that down and change your grounding to orange, whatever shade of orange that you prefer. And use that like a straw, bring up orange earth energy. Soak everything, your auras, your chakras, your grounding, your organs, everything, every cell in your body, the orange earth energy color. And then bring that down, and then yellow. Make your grounding your favorite shade of yellow. Use it like a straw, bring it up, soak in yellow earth energy. And soak everything in the yellow earth energy. Deep breath. Think about letting go, think about receiving. Maybe give yourself a little massage with the yellow earth energy up. And you can leave that up, which I call a one color earth energy soak. You can change it back to the red or the orange if you prefer, if that felt better. So you don't have to, you could bring it back down and just have regular grounding, but I like, that is a nice option for, when you're going in a store or just all day if you want. You can have a one color earth energy soak going. So that's what I'm going to do. So you can just leave that up, red or orange or yellow earth energy that you're soaking in. Right. So now we're going to do, I already explained the old battles that you might be stuck in, old battles and arguments. Conflicts, I guess, is a better, more general term that means all that. Old conflicts. So we're going to do timeline healing for that. So here's, just imagine a line that represents the passage of time and all your past lives, and here's you now. Your future is here, but I wouldn't worry about that right now. So just you now, and just make blobs on your timeline representing old battles and conflicts that you have a little energy stuck in still. And just see how many major blobs, and you want to just imagine what's healthy and gentle to work on right now. So notice how many blobs you have for past conflicts that you're stuck in, and like close to you now, that's this life, and then further away, that's past lives that we're talking about. And just use a lot of gold light and just melt away the blobs. What that does is that like knocks you out of getting stuck back there, and then you bring your energy to the present and you're healed. You're not like still stuck in the old battle. So lots of gold light help to kind of remind yourself, hey, I don't need to be stuck in that anymore. So lots of gold light. You could bring up red earth energy and soak all the blobs on the timeline, all the conflict blobs on your timeline with red earth energy and lots of gold light, and say, hey, it's okay. I want inner peace. I need to let go of these old battles. You say, angels, help me to let go of any old battles I need to let go of. So that did work, but I'm looking at that sample person that I had in mind with this, and that person ideally would do this a couple times a week for a couple weeks, just to keep because you can only shift your body so much at one time, but there's more and more to do. So even, you know, somebody like me, where I'm generally a pretty peaceful person, because I've worked on this stuff a lot, and but you know, I get all uppity about my car for like illogical reasons. You know, I could still do this, you know, and because it can affect you in subtle ways, subconscious ways. So it's nice to do. So again, it was the timeline, and we just imagined old conflict that you were stuck in, and then we cleared that and brought you back into the present with gold light and red earth energy. All right. And if you still feel like you're stuck in one of the old blobs that you see, just say, angels, help me get unstuck. All right. Good job, guys. All right, so let's see what else fun we get to do for inner peace. Oh, yeah. Good, good, good. Mind-owning agreements. I didn't even know this was a thing before. Mind-owning agreements. Oh man, I messed up my hair and now it's like my camera is in reverse, so it always confuses me. Anyway, mind-owning agreements. So you can have an agreement subconsciously with somebody that they just, I don't, let me read a specific case. Okay. Well, in the case of an ex partner or a current partner, it could be because at some point you didn't really care about something that really upset the other person. Like it was really important to the other person and they got very like triggered that you were like mellow about it. Or you were completely, you know, disinterested in something that was important to them. So they kind of did a power play on you and they're like, no, you know, what I say is important is important. You know, I'm going to reset your mind. And so you just have to like sort of mirror what I think is important. And the person subconsciously agrees because possibly because their parent did that to them in this life or a previous life. And so it's a familiar pattern. They're just like, okay, okay. So that's a mind-owning agreement. But what happens is then they're kind of like shutting down part of your peace of mind, you know, the inner peace that we're trying to cultivate, right? You can have empathy with other people, and that's different. Empathy is clean. It just means, you know, wow, I'm really sorry that that's, you know, that that's upsetting you. It doesn't mean you have to get upset too, but if you show empathy and say, yeah, you know, I know that's hard, you know, I'm sorry. Something like that, you know, it's sympathetic and so you don't have to be bummed out at the same time. You just, you know, validate that that's a bummer. It's unfortunate. So, anyway, so that's a mind-owning agreement, an example of how one could happen. Another one, if a kid gets a mind-owning agreement with their parent, probably for a similar reason. That, you know, because the parent decides, no, it's bedtime. And the kid's like, oh my God, I could be up for 6 more hours. I'm having a blast. What are you talking about, crazy mom? You know, and so the mom might default to a more controlling option where she just resets the kid's brain. You know, it's like moves into their space and just shuts them down. And you know, I do need to validate that being a mother or father can be extremely challenging. So, not trying to vilify anybody, but anyway, that's how you get a mind-owning agreement with a parent. Is that maybe they were just so triggered by that you guys aren't on the same page that they decide to move in and try to force you to be on the same page with them mentally. So yeah, let's get rid of those. They're yucky. So just imagine any mind-owning agreements that you have from this or past lives, just as whatever you want. You can imagine them like scrolls of paper, you know, like paper that's rolled up like in the old times, or imagine them like rocks or sticks or however you want to imagine these mind-owning agreements. And they can be from past lives too, so you can have a whole bunch of them. You know, maybe you don't even know the person anymore, but this agreement just, it sets up a pattern of like sort of mental passivity. So, you know, you can clear them all. But anyway, just imagine all your mind-owning agreements. And if you're in doubt, be like, angels, check my pile. You know, but actually, mind-owning agreements are not a positive thing. You know? So, but you can say, angels, check my pile. And then go ahead and melt them all away. And you can also say too, angels, help me with boundaries, help me to have strong boundaries as I clear these agreements. But typically, even if you triggered somebody by clearing one of these, you're going to be a lot safer anyway. Because these mind-owning agreements make, it sort of gives that person permission to like roll right into a part of your energy system whenever. So you end the agreement and therefore you don't allow them to roll back in. So they might have a little minor hissy fit over it, although we're going to try to take care of that too. But, you know, in case somebody has a minor hissy fit, at least they're not able to have a hissy fit within your mind, you know? That's a good thing. So again, just imagine any mind-owning agreements that you have from this or past lives, and just go ahead and melt them away. You can say, angels, check my piles, and just melt them away. And then if you have any left over, just say, angels, can you please help me with all these? Okay, so what was that? That was mind-owning agreements. We were clearing mind-owning agreements. And now we will do the companion to that, which is crowd exercise for triggered people. Which is nice. So that's a proactive thing. So maybe somebody's currently triggered at you, like say somebody that you just cleared that agreement with might be a little triggered. But to be honest, they could be kind of relieved too. It depends on where they're at spiritually, but you know, it's not like it was helping their energy at all. So they may actually feel a bit of a lift, and not know why, but you know, it's not necessarily a negative thing on any level for the other person to have that agreement cleared, because it's a controlling agreement, so it's not good for their karma. But anyway, so we'll do crowd exercise for triggered people. Anybody that is currently triggered with you or likely to become triggered with you in the near future. Okay, so just imagine the people out in front of you that are currently triggered with you or may become triggered with you. And just chill out, keep your grounding, and just have a little combo. You know, you have your one color earth energy soak. Just say, hi everybody, go talk to your angels. Your angels can help you have a good day. Go take a deep breath, it'll help your body a lot. And you know, usually like more and more people leave to do these healthy things that you're suggesting as you talk, but then there's still some left over. So you can just say, hey, you know, I know you're stressed out and I'm really sorry about that. Your angels can help you with your stress. Ask your angels to help you with your stress. And if you have any leftover people that are still in front of you among the triggered or potentially triggered people, just say, angels, can you please help these people extra? All right, so that was kind of a twofer thing. That was clear mind owning agreements uh, that you might have, say, with spouses, exes, parents, kids, and then crowd exercise for triggered people, which I love. I think that's a really good place to stop. So we may do the productivity versus procrastination and the finances, financial debt stuff on Tuesday. We'll see about that. So that's a to be continued. We'll see what the angels do with that on Tuesday. All right. So part of why I'm going to wrap up, well, because we did a lot, especially the filament stuff for the manifestation rings. That's like a big deal. I would love to hear your survey feedback again, even if you feel no different, which is funny because like the survey asked questions in different ways. Like, do you feel anything positive, anything negative, anything going on with you, any extra comments you have? And sometimes people are like, oh, I feel the same. But then they list like all these different things where they feel different, but like for some reason in their mind they feel the same. So they write, I feel the same, but then they add all these things like, no, actually this and this and this. So whatever, fill out the survey however you want. I figure it out. I'm a reader. It's okay. But please do fill out a survey. It just takes a minute or two. If you're one of the people I've healed, I will send you the survey. And you fill it out, you know, like get a good night's sleep after this healing and then fill it out the next day so that I see it in time as I'm preparing for the Tuesday healing. So fill it out on Monday, basically. But there's going to be a separate live stream, a separate Q&A. I should have announced that ahead, like at the start of this healing, that there is a separate live stream. But there always is after the Sunday healings. There's a separate Q&A live stream. It's supposed to start in 2 minutes. But I'm going to be just quickly reading comments here. If you have any comments on how you feel after today's healing, if you can type it real fast, I could read it now if you want. And you can put context of like if you healed yourself only, or if I healed you also, or if I healed you and you just, you know, cleaned your house or whatever. But if you have any comments about today's healing, that could be interesting if you wanted to text chat it right now. But then I'll take a break and I will do the Q&A live stream. It's open topic, so you could post any energy type question. I don't read the future, obviously, but everything else, anything about reading or healing. If you want me to read your energy as part of the question, put your first name and last initial in the question for me. Unless, you know, your YouTube ID has it. Okay, so I'm going to catch up with these comments. I read a lot of them already. Greetings, a little late to the party, but right on time for the walkthrough, yes. And it's all videotaped, fortunately, so you can catch up later. Collapsing gold nets. You still use those. I got excited. Yeah, they are handy. It's just, you know, use whatever works for your mind at the time, you know. But yeah, collapsing gold nets, that's an oldie but a goodie. Someone says, thank you, you're welcome. Someone says, thank you so much, Janet. Feeling great after today's healing. Oh, good. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I think the filament work in the lower chakras especially helped you. Probably that you could say that for everybody, but I see it for you a lot. Someone says, thank you, Janet. You're welcome. Gives you nice emojis. Someone says, if you suspect yourself of being on the bad guy side of the mind-owning agreements, what is a good technique to clear them? Same way. Yeah, you clear an agreement same way, regardless of if you feel that you're the innocent person falling into the agreement or the controlling person who, yeah, it's the same way. You just imagine the agreement and melt it with cold light. Same way. Good question. So Mrs. Thank you. I'm learning so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good to know. Yeah, I do 5 of these live streams every month. You're always welcome. Everybody's welcome to view them, even if you know you never receive a healing from me. Of course, you're also welcome to pay for healings if you wish. And the Q&As are after each Sunday healing, so twice a month on Sunday. I do the Q&A live streams, which we're going to be doing in a few minutes. Someone says, I feel good, thank you. Oh, good. Good to know. Someone says, you healed me. Wing filaments. Yeah, manifestation wing filaments felt quite a big release today. Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, because they send all this gold light to the back of the astral chakras, which the back of the chakra, that's where you need like extra, wash to get out the stuck stuff. So that's awesome. Good. But I'm glad you felt it. That's interesting and cool. Someone says, I feel so relaxed. Yes, you got the healing. I loved the unmatching chakras part. Yes. And I feel so flowing in the back of my aura. I was a participant. Thanks, Janet. Yeah. Yeah, the manifestation wing stuff. Yeah. Yeah, the unmatching chakras part, I think it's good for men and women. It's interesting, like if a man is matching the energy of a woman, and I know that there are, it's not so binary for everybody, like you can be transgender, you can, get a surgery and have different organs, or you can keep your organs but identify as the other gender, or you can identify as neither male nor female, sort of a androgynous. So there's a lot of flexibility in all that. That said, probably, there's a vibration that your body feels comfortable at. So if you're matching your partner, and their vibration is different than yours, then it can lead to a lot of weirdness. Like in a more of a binary, let's say, kind of couple, where there's male and female, people that identify in male and female genders, typically the male is going to have a much lower vibration of their body that they're comfortable with, that they like. And sort of a stereotypical imagery maybe for that is a guy who sits for 2 hours watching a football game and he's like completely happy and content, and a woman may, her body may be more comfortable at a much faster moving vibration. And sort of a stereotypical image of that might be, two women talking together and they're like, and another thing, blah, 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 and they tell all these stories to each other. And, so it's just a little memory aid. It's just a stereotype. Obviously, women can do anything, and women can enjoy watching a program for 2 hours as well. But anyway, if a woman's body who likes a little bit of a faster moving vibration is matching her male partner or her father's body that likes that lower vibration, the female can feel depression because her body's too low. And so it can make her literally feel depressed. And a guy or someone who likes that lower body vibration, they feel better at that slower moving body vibration. If they're matching somebody else's body that is faster moving in vibration, it can make them feel kind of stir crazy. So a lot of times, husbands that avoid their wives, like go on big all day golfing things all the time, or, whatever things that they do to avoid their wives. Part of that is because they don't know how to unmatch their body unless they're away from their wife for like a long time, So it's, regardless of whatever genders or whatever, if it's good for you to set your physical body the way you're comfortable with, the way your emotions feel better and all that. And so that's quite a long little story. But anyway, it's a good thing, and it can help people emotionally a lot, mentally a lot. All right. Thanks for the healing, Janet. Feeling a little blocked up and sleepy. Yes, above the head. Just no. Your grounding is nice though. It's not grounding this time. It's above the head. Your creative rings are nice because we just did that. Just layers 3, 2, 1. Just unblock this a little extra right there. And the filaments, the manifestation wing filaments that go to the back of the astral chakras, do the third chakra one. So the two filaments from the manifestation wings that are going into the back of the astral third chakra, those are all gummed up and stuck still. So just do extra work on those so that your third chakra gets a little boost from the manifestation wings. Your astral third chakra gets the boost, but then it shares it with the physical chakra. Cleared myself along with you for most, but not all of the healing. Yes, and I healed you. So the third chakra filaments are just a little stubborn. Yeah, even the third chakra to chakra filament, it's better than it was, but it's still. I think you have some genetic family members that cord that chakra. That cord that filament. So you imagine physical third, astral third, the filament that goes between them, right? Your third chakra filament, and then you got two different family members, genetic family members that are cording that filament. Third chakra has to do with, in part, it has to do with taking action, but also male-female energy balance, all that stuff. So, you could have some family members triggered about your male-female energy. And so just melt those cords so that everything's more powerful. Okay, super helpful to hear about past experience and how to approach healing as they affect us. And we can send it light. Thanks for the healing. Good. Good. Yeah, the past, you're making a reference to the past conflicts. Yeah. Glad you liked it. Someone says, thank you. I liked the mind owning agreement. I had a few with my parents, and I noticed I did some with my kids. Yeah. Yeah. Even with kids, it's possible. Just amazing, but I think, sometimes if a parent is not so present, particularly when the kid is young, that can destabilize the kid, and then they can climb you like a jungle gym and just reset a whole bunch of stuff and just, write a bunch of blank checks while they're in your space. So, as that's part of the demanding aspect of being a parent, because they're always, how present you are impacts them, and then they can get imbalanced even more and affect you. So yeah, good to do. Clearing mind owning agreements. Recently here, chakras are triangles and the movement is circular round. Yeah, I don't think chakras are triangles, but I guess if it works for you. The movement is circular round. Yeah. Yeah, it's up to you. I would evaluate, who you're learning. Not that I would need to be your only teacher at all, but just, you can imagine how present is this spiritual teacher that I'm listening to. How many chakras are they in? Do they work with their angels only? Or do they work with large invasive spirits that they think are angels but are not? Because you can get some really, official sounding information that is just complete whack. And the person could be an author, they could be, very well known, but they're still, giving you information from some source that, whatever. It's maybe not the best thing for your growth. So, just ask your angels, see how present, get really present, evaluate it yourself, pray to your angels for clarity, all that good stuff. All right. Someone says the matching chakra part was also very helpful for me. I felt a change from that. Yeah, unmatching your chakras to other people. Yeah, so your chakras aren't matched to other people and what they want. Yeah. Thank you. Feeling much better. Oh, good. And you healed yourself. Oh, that's nice to know. You're welcome. And I have these live streams 5 times a week. 5 times a week. No way. I would implode. 5 times a month. I do these live streams. The next one is in 2 days, also on inner peace. Someone says, I just found you. I'm so excited. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Welcome, welcome. That's happy news. Good to hear. I'm excited too. Someone says, oh, and you can ask a question in the Q&A that we're about to have if you want. You can, all the newbies, anybody, you can post one question towards the start of the Q&A about, you know, like, say if you're new, you could say, well, do you have any suggestions for me, self-healing suggestions, you know, any videos you would recommend for me, something like that. Anyway, someone says, I cleared a little bit in 3 to 1 chakras above the head. You probably mean aura layers 3 to 1 above the head. Because chakras 3 to 1 are in the lower torso. So you mean, oh, I see. Yeah, because you had earlier said that you felt sleepy. And I cleared and talked to the two people courting my third. Hopefully they heard me. I will continue to do more work there. Third filament. Third filament. Yeah, it's still third aura layer is what's above your head. Okay. Thank you. Oh, and you also worked on your third filament. Yeah, keep working on it. Someone says, thank you. How is my son doing? You telepathically healed him. You know, the Friday healing for him was really nice with that, the clear shame. That was especially helpful with him. A lot of it was past life, clearing shame from past lives. Telepathic mesh too for him. We did 5th layer clearing and repair and unblocking of the telepathic mesh, which helps with inner voice and inner peace, and having calm thoughts, and that really helped him. Today, I mean, he's very open to these healings, so he's doing it all. Yeah, I would say the clearing old conflicts from past lives that we did, you know, in the second half of the healing, the melting away old battles and conflicts from this and past lives that you're stuck in, that's what helped him the most today. Cool. Do you have any book suggestions for me? Yes, you are my book suggestion. Read yourself. Like, keep getting more and more present and heal yourself and learn to visualize your own energy, which is also what I'm teaching in the videos, and learn about yourself by healing yourself and watching your energy as you work. And yeah, you're the book. So yeah, no, I don't have a book suggestion. I've never found a book that I felt was really worth recommending on all this. Someone says, thank you. I really like the telepathic mesh work too that we did on Friday. Yes. Someone says, thanks, Janet. How am I doing with this set? Good, but we need to go to the Q&A. So sorry. You are getting these healings. Yeah, both of what we did in the second half was big for you. So I would redo that again and again. The melting away old battles, old conflicts from this and past lives, so you don't project them into current situations. And then the clear the mind owning agreements. Keep doing that. But yeah, this seems to be a great topic for you. How did my partner do? He's been going through a rough time. Yes, and he did get the healings. I like seeing people's names when I read them, so... Oh yeah, okay. He's only in 7 through 3 right now, but I guess since before that... God damn. Yesterday... Huh, yeah, you're right. He has been going through a lot. It's like when he gets the healing, then he gets more present, but then it seems to last only a couple hours, and then it seems like he's in a conflict with somebody energetically, like on a subconscious spirit level, maybe conscious too. Yeah, hopefully He's going to work more in his sleep. He's going to repeat all today's exercises again and again in his sleep, because it's not so much the clear mind owning agreements that he needed, but the melting away old conflicts and battles from past lives is a big one for him, so that he doesn't keep projecting that conflict into his present day situations. The filament stuff helped him a lot. All of that filament stuff that we did today. So yeah, he's very open to the healings. He's rocking them. It just, yeah, it does seem like you say that a lot gets triggered for him these days. Okay, all right. So you guys are awesome. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna reset the start time for the Q&A, so it makes more sense that it hasn't started yet. And I will be starting it in 5 or 10 minutes after I take a break and my dogs take a break too. All right, you're wonderful, and congratulations for working on your inner peace. Woohoo! And there'll be another inner peace healing in just 2 days on Tuesday. All right, bye.